Alright, today we're talking about the playable species choices in the Age of Rebellion core rulebook. As with all three of the core rulebooks, we get 8 choices to choose from. We got Bothan, Droid, Duros, Gran, Human, Ithorian, Mon Calamari, and Celestin. Alright, first let's talk about the humans, droids, and aliens. Really, those are the 3 basic categories of species. Aliens get a strong stat of 3, weak stat of 1, for the most part, obviously some exceptions, but for the most part that's the setup, and then a free rank and a skill, sometimes a talent or other special ability. Really, a species tends to be good at specializing in a particular area. Humans are meant to be sort of the jack of all trades, and droids are in a way the jack of all trades specialists, the specialists of all trades. They can specialize in just about everything the way they're built. First of all, let's talk about the humans. Okay, so the humans exist in all 3 core rulebooks. They get 2s across the board, no weakness, no strength, bit of extra experience points. 2, maybe 3 species off the top of my head that have as many points as the humans do. And their big special ability is they get a free rank and 2 different non-career skills. You need to have career skills before you can get a free rank in non-career skills. So I guess that kind of screws up the order. Typically you're supposed to pick your species, career, specialization, and applying the free ranks as you go in your skills. And then they get a free rank in 2 different non-career skills. So the order, the natural order of things is a little screwed up with the humans. Next, let's talk about the Bothans. The Bothans are a clever, sneaky species. You know, many Bothans died to bring us this information. That was a line in a movie. Therefore, the entire race are spies. And they would be a good spy if you want to play that career from this book. Very cunning focused. They're good at dealing with the criminal underworld, as well as get a little bit of help with talking. They're very deceptive. They're known as being greedy and devious as the Hutts, although in reality they're a bit more ethical from a background standpoint. But yeah, they're a race of spies. There's not much else culturally, not a lot of interesting information. There's not a whole lot of room in the core books. They don't go into as much detail with their culture as they do in the career source books, which kind of sucks. So yeah, they're spies, not much else to them. And if you want to play a spy from here, or let's see, soldiers have an emphasis on survival, and so that might not be a bad way to go, or some sort of talker. They have a bit of an edge in that regard, or, you know, if you're playing Edge, Smuggler, Explorer, etc. Now for the Gran in this book, which we've talked about in the Colonist career source book for Edge of the Empire. The Gran are the 3-eyed goat people. They get a little increased help with their perception checks, because, you know, the whole 3-eye thing. Oh, also, with ranged combat and perception, they get a bit of help with that. That's kind of interesting. It's not often you get help with combat in that particular way, but mostly they are talkers. From their free rank and their characteristic, they are talkers more than anything. They tend to be very diplomatic. The droids can specialize in just about everything. The idea is that, you know, they're a droid that can be built up to do whatever specific task they are meant to do. And so they start off with 1s across the board and a whole metric, an ass ton of experience points to build your character with. Now, you can't actually build them up to the point of another species, you know, 3, 1, and a bunch of 2s. Well, you can, but then you don't have anywhere near the amount of experience points. This is something where you really want to cut the fat. You do what you're designed to do, and you can be pretty good at it, but that's about it. They're, of course, inorganic, and there's a whole list of benefits from being inorganic, you know, dealing with poison and sleep and that sort of thing. They also, because they're more specialized, they get more free ranks within their career. Saying you're, you know, a protocol droid or a R2 unit, or, you know, your chassis, it's like saying you're blonde or you have red hair or something. You just say that you are, although there might be certain mechanical benefits to being, say, an astromech droid. With the Aces source book, there are certain mechanical benefits to just being an astromech droid, just saying you're an astromech droid. Duros, let's talk about the Duros. So the Duros, because the Duros were really, like, they were the pioneers in space in the Star Wars universe. In fact, they may have even invented the first hyperdrive. And so their species, because space is such a huge part of their culture and has been for thousands of years, they get help with piloting and also astrogation. In fact, they are a bit better at astrogation than piloting. And it's good that they have a bit of both piloting and astrogation together, because piloting and astrogation aren't exactly the two most popular roles within these types of campaigns typically, so to combine them is going to be helpful. Ithorians. The Ithorians get a really cool, unique ability. It's an attack. You can't use it that often, but because they got 4 mouths on their big hammerhead thing, that they can just scream. This sonic scream. Slow firing. You really can't use it that often, but it's nice to have a natural weapon. It's kind of cool. And another thing for you to do, if you're not specializing in combat, you can actually contribute. You have this attack, this natural attack, which is not based off of a combat skill. Could come in handy every now and again. As far as what role to play, let's see, they get a bit of help with survival. They're these pacifist, nature-loving hippies, basically, for the most part. They could be fine in combat, but they don't really have anything that makes them really great at that. Their strong stat is in will, and they get a bit of help with survival checks. So I guess there's a certain amount of flexibility with them. Mon Calamari are a really, apparently well-educated fish people. They got good schools. They're smart, but not very clever, and they don't get the normal penalties with water, because they're fish. Celestins, kind of like the Duros, in that they're sort of in a way they're actually an inverse of the Duros. They're piloting and navigation combined, but in a different way, so if that's what you're looking for. Celestin or Duros are good options for that.